Okay, so we're going to work on review assignment, module 5, part of assignment 5, that's page EX5 54, EX5 54. So I have EX5, EX5, EX5-3, so we're going to save it as EX5 report. Go 5 report. Since I have multiple of them, I'm going to name a little bit different, but anyway, EX5 report, which will be our main workbook, right? So insert my name in the documentation, right? And step 3 says in the textbook, 5-54. So we're going to make this name into email address, right? Hyperlink with email address. So go ahead and put insert tab, then look for toolbar link, insert link, email address. Just put your email, which is a real email. That doesn't mean you're gonna send it. We'll just make it email format. Subject says that monthly sales and expense report, and so forth. Then we have screen tip, so that it'll display as email me for more information. Email me for more info, right? So that's it. Then click OK. So this becomes email link on documentation worksheets. Now we're gonna open up. So basically, this uh, review assignment requires working with multiple workbooks. So we have like 6 different workbooks going back and forth. So just pay attention. So step 4, we're gonna open up EX5 Peoria. So I already opened it. So where's my Peoria? There you go. And from here, we're gonna make sure this is the correct, yeah. Then we're gonna copy this worksheets, and then we're gonna place the worksheets into the report we are working on at the end, right? Make a copy. So which one we're doing? Yeah, there you go. There you go. So the main workbook we are working on, create a copy, then you're gonna put it in the end, so that you have grill 5.1 through 5.8. Hopefully you can see everything okay. Grill 5.1 through grill 5.8. Grill 5.8 we just copied from Peoria. Okay. All right, step 5. 5 is creating a worksheet group so that you can create named ranges. Creating name ranges are one of the important steps in modules 5 and 6. So it's kind of relatively new if it's new to you. So you better go back to textbook and try to read them. But I'm going to give you some example here. I think this is very good practice. How you're going to create Excel named ranges. Sometimes they call it range names. A little bit confused, but that's how they call it. Since we're going to create a named ranges on grill 1 through 8, so we're going to do it at once by grouping. So I'm going to just click 5.1, press Shift key, your keyboard, so that I can click last one, which is 5.8. So my 8 worksheets are grouped, so they work as a group. So you don't have to go back and forth each of those 8. So we're going to name particular area. In this example, it's going to be A7, B7. So I'm going to highlight A7, B7. Press Control and hold on your Windows keyboard. Then B11, A11, B11. You're still holding it, the control keyboard. Okay. Then B16, A16, B16. If you make a mistake, you can just try it again. Control and hold and select those cells. 7, 11, 16. Right. Then we're going to work on named ranges. So we'll go ahead, click formulas. That's where the name ranges you can play with. So basically, name manager is controlling all those names here. So once you create them, all names will be displayed so that you can edit, delete, whatever you want to do with names. So we're going to create name because we selected. We're going to click create from selection. Then it's already check mark with left column, meaning that we're going to use the name appear in left column and give a name to the right column. Since we have two columns selected, A and B, right? So that's how this left column is selected so that we're going to give the name of left column to the right column. Click OK. All right, so how we know it's successful, the creating names. So go back to name manager and see all those names are created. A bunch of them because we have 8 worksheets working together. Okay. Again, if you think you made a mistake, is something is not right, or you just create partially, then just select them, select whatever, all, then push delete, then you can start it over. Okay. All right. So that was step 5. Step 6. Step 6 and 7 are a little bit tricky because we don't do much of these steps in the real world, but it's kind of help you to understand how this named ranges work in formulas part with a name manager. Okay, so what we're trying to do is we try to make sure all those names are created correctly based on its own worksheets. Okay, so we have worksheets grill 5.1 through 5.8, and all those names must be remain for its own scope, meaning there is own worksheets, but sometimes it doesn't work that way. So this is the one example. If you look at this one, total cost of goods sold, which is a name created as scope is workbook, meaning that it will apply to all entire workbook, no matter which worksheets, which is not right because it is supposed to be grill 5.1 pointed, but somehow it's created workbook. So it's potentially, this will affect very negatively. So that's what we're going to do in step 6. We're going to delete this thing. So we're going to make it as a grill 5.1 scope. Okay, that's what we're going to do. So we're going to delete this one first, 3 of them. Here's another one. Then look at there, there's another one. The scope is workbook so that we can delete. The next step we're going to do is we're going to create a new names for this own worksheet, which is 5.1. We just deleted. So we're going to click new and make sure you're going to go to 5.1. Okay. Then name, the step says, let me check again. That's step 7 actually, right? Step 7. So B7, total sales. So I'm going to name it total, so all uppercase. Scope 5.1, then cell B7. So I'm going to point to B7. So make sure this is correct. Even spell check, right? Scope 5.1, the cell you're pointing to B7. then you click OK. All right, another new one. This time, total cost of goods sold. Is it plural? No, singular. Cost of goods sold. And scope must be 5.1. And the cell reference 5, no, B11, right? B11. There you go. So again, just confirm this is correct. Then you're going to click OK. Even just, those spell check. Sometimes you make a mistake. Click OK. All right, another one. Third one we're going to do is again step 7. This time total payroll costs. Plural, yeah, costs. Scope 5.1. The cell referred to B16, right? Yeah, B16. There you go. Total payroll costs. Click OK. So we just created new names for Grill 5.1 because previous ones were not correct. Then you can close this name manager. So that was step 7. So again, step 7 is a little tricky. If you didn't have the experience with this, name manager is kind of hard to correct, I believe. So step 8. So we're going to go to region report worksheets, which is the kind of summary worksheets. All right. Now we're going to consolidate all this from Grill 5.1 through 5.8, starting from F5. Okay, F5. So again, we're going to group them, group Grill 5.1 through 5.8. Then using sum, we're going to find the total amount for food sale, total amount for beverages across all those 8 worksheets. So here we go. Equals sum. As soon as you have a sum opening parenthesis, then you're going to click Grill 5.1, press Shift and hold on your keyboard, then click 5.8, which is the last worksheets. Then you're going to click C5, right? That's food sale. No, B5. Yeah, B5. Then press enter. There you go. So as you can see, that's the formula they created by Excel. So if you're trying to type it in, you have punctuations, all those uh, syntax you need to follow. So it's not easy to type right away. So that's why we are kind of going back and forth with grouped worksheets. Once you have this successfully, then you're going to autofill all the way down. And those with blank, you can delete so that you can, oops, I think I made a mistake. One step, it says paste without, what is it? Fill without formatting. Step 9, fill without formatting in the range. So once you flash fill, then look for fill option, then do this. Fill without formatting so that we can keep those shades and all that, as you can see on the main area. So that's the idea of fill without formatting. Anyway, so here we go. Okay, I'm going to save it again. So that was step 9, I believe. All right. Now we have a region 1 through 4 that we need to fill in. The way we're going to do is we're going to copy and not paste link, which is kind of new. We typically do paste right away, but we're going to make a link between this main workbook and the other workbook that we added externally. Okay, so we're going to open up the step 10. It says open up EX5 region 1. Then after that, we're going to open up region 2 all the way to region 4. So those four workbooks will be opened up. Then you're going to copy and paste link for, as you can see, B through E. Okay, so that's what we're going to do. So I'm going to open up region 1. That's my region 1. There you go. That's my region 1. Then I'm going to select B5 through B17. Pay attention to the cell reference. That's B5 to B17. Copy. Back to the report over here. Then you're going to go to Home tab, paste, not the paste link. It's over here, the last row, paste link. So that we make a link to external file. Same thing, region 2. So we're going to open up region 2 workbook. Copy B5 to B17. Back to report, paste link. So you get the idea. So we're going to repeat two more times. Copy. Back to report. Region 3. Paste link. Region 4 workbook. Copy. B5 through B17. Back to report. And paste link. All right. Looks good, right? So as you can see, those are all have a link. It's not you copy like typically we copy and paste. So anything happen to that particular file, it'll affect to this file as well. Okay, so you don't have to copy back and forth every time made changes. All right, so that was step 9 and 10. Step 10. Actually, step 11. Sorry. Starting step 12, working with Excel template. So starting step 12 is it's not uh, about name ranges or whatever. It's a little bit different, module then. So step 12, copy 5.1 worksheets. So we're going to copy this 5.1. Then we're going to create into new workbook. Where's a new? There you go. New book. Copy. Okay. So what we're trying to do is we're going to make this new workbook as a template, Excel template, right? So we're going to change this worksheets tab name with the franchise. Then A2, we're going to name it like a bracket and type reason bracket and monthly sales. Okay. Again, that's step 14. Then delete the data here. We're going to delete this data over here, column B. Again, we're going to make this as a template. So it's supposed to be blank, right? So we're going to clear this thing off too. However, the formulas on C will keep them, okay? The formulas are there. So that's the idea of using template. All right, step 15. Then we're going to save this as a Excel template. Not the regular file, regular Excel. Must be saved as Excel template, otherwise it's not going to work. With File, save it as, save it as. And save as type box, then going down, then you have Excel template. So you can save it as a sales dot. Then once you say, just change it to template, it'll save it as XLTX. Extension will be added. So all you do is just type it in sales, then you should be okay. Okay, so you have you need to submit the report, then template. What else we need to submit? Yeah, those two, report and template. I think you need to you need to submit all those regions too, because you have a link made to external file. So you need to submit all of them rather than submitting two. You submit all those files you have to work on, so that you know we can safely take a look at your stuff. All right. So if you have any questions, let me know.